Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libran Key. These are messages for the highest and the greatest good of the Empath Collective, the Empath Journey and the evolution of empath consciousness here on Mama Gaia, all for the Elsh Collective and in service of, and in the highest and greatest truth of the Elsh Collective, empaths, light workers, starseeds, healers, awakened and awakening souls. Always know that if this message has found you and or if you have found it, that there be something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. Family, thank you for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are. And if you are new to this channel, new to this video, seeing this for the first time, a very warm and loving welcome to the family, to you too. Archangel Sandalphon coming in for this Feeling Fridays soul support message. He really wants me to emphasize that. I am working with the crystals here of Apatite and bringing in this honey, this optical honey calcite. This had come through in a recent reading as well. And at the beginning of this, I thought I heard grounding the light, but it came out as grinding the light. As I was in meditation preparing to do this video, this message, I'm, saying things out loud and it came out as grinding the light. And I was like, what's that all about? And essentially the focus of this message is going to be about transmuting, essentially, or getting out of. And when he says, when I say that and what he's expressing here in terms of energetically getting out of, it's sort of shaking us, like I'm seeing us being woken up, shaking us out of this energy of trying too hard or jumping the gun. And specifically, this is connected to or rooted in self-consciousness, empath self-consciousness, and how that correlates to the need to always do something or to fix things, okay? This is being at everyone's beck and call. When we are self-conscious, I'm just going to read straight off of the notes here, because I don't want this to get too convoluted. When we are self-conscious in this respect, in the self-sensory form, the seeing things from the perspective of a system or a way of thought that is not yours. So this is specifically how this self-consciousness is coming through. It is the seeing of things from the perspective of a system or way of thought, a paradigm for that matter, that is not yours, okay? We are essentially in our not self. When we are self-conscious, coming from this perspective, we are in the not self. Very much like we talk about the not self in human design, right? We are not in our authentic self and thus behaving or acting in a way that is not consciously connected to the divine. And on that note, we're going to start the reading, okay? He also wants to kind of bring in, right before I started recording the message, it was 1:11 on the clock. And he wants to also bring in, immediately he showed me the 3 of Wands with that. And it's interesting because, that wand energy and the 11s and the 1s, I've always kind of seen it come through with the 4 of Wands, really, but it was really interesting. And I've also seen it with the 2 of Wands, but never really with the 3 of Wands. And he really wants to emphasize here vision and perspective. That's why we're bringing in the optical calcite again here with this apatite, which is a very grounding energy. And these colors, for me, are very Archangel Sandalphon. So I know that Archangel Sandalphon has been interpreted as coming in sort of like on a copper ray, coppery. I see him very golden in his energy. And also there's sort of like a warm kind of almost like a deep turquoisey kind of blue, 444 on the counter as I say that. So that might be resonating for some of you, okay? And what I find with Apatite is that it's a very grounding a very grounding kind of blue. Like it reminds me of the earth blue for some reason. And one thing that Archangel Sandalphon energetically is very supportive of is grounding our energy, grounding our light. He's very much connected to the Earth Star chakra, the root chakra, that sort of energy of grounding. And he's also showing me how with that 111 coming through and the 3 of Wands, more portal energy. Now, what's interesting is that he's describing the portal energy, and how he's showing it to me energetically is this energy of breakthroughs. Whenever we have a breakthrough, it's like we go through a portal. And one thing I really love about him is, and his energy, is how he just wants to make things simple and very straightforward and grounded, like bringing it back down to earth. Because I think there is sort of, I'm addressing this personally right now, what I'm seeing and what I'm observing with some of what we kind of come across within the spiritual community when we're on a spiritual path. There can be a lot of gatekeeping. There can be, that's the word that's coming to my mind right now. There can be a lot of gatekeeping, or you think you need to know things that are very, that are, it's like the more cryptic, this is what I'm trying to say here, the more cryptic or constructed, I don't even know if that's the right word here, but that's what I'm hearing. The more kind of complicated, the more complicated things seem to come across, we think, oh my God, like there's something to this, right? And the thing is, the complication sometimes is actually the distraction. The complication and going down the rabbit holes can be a distraction. And while there is a time and place, absolutely, to get into the details and go deep, right? And find out more. I mean, I am all about that. That is very much how I am energetically aligned in terms of going a lot deeper into things. I also discover that in doing that, essentially it's useless unless you're able to distill something from it that is clear, that is simple. It's kind of like it's the same concept here along the lines of when you truly deeply understand something, you're able to explain it in a way that's quite simple, clear, and straightforward. That is the energy of Archangel Sandalphon. That is how he's always presented himself to me. He's very interested. He is more interested. And I mean, it's kind of a joke me even saying it like this, right? Because it's just his energy. It's what he brings through. And he often will show me that sometimes we need to go down like different avenues and explore different things and feel like maybe we're all over the place, feel like we're a little scattered. Always bringing it back to the intention of clarity, always bringing it back to the intention of, I'm hearing right now, how is this serving me? How is this serving my higher self? How is this in alignment with my truth, my heart, my authenticity? Okay? And this is not an authenticity or truth or service to self in the negative sense. He's reminding me, oh my God, this had come through like, I don't even know how long ago in a video, this term higher selfish. That's what I'm hearing right now, what he's bringing in energetically. It's this energy. Wow, I'm using that word a lot here. Isn't that interesting? For me to be saying that over and over again, there's a real emphasis here on your true energy. He's also reminding me of a message that had come through, I can't remember. It was something that I had posted on Instagram, actually, about your own energetic signature and getting familiar with your own energy. The practice of that is really important. Doing meditations where you essentially, within your own sacred space, getting grounded, tuning into your energy, and where it sits within your body and how it behaves. Carolyn Mitchell was, I had also referred to a meditation exercise that she has in How to Live with Dragons, where she essentially walks you through a meditation where you become familiar with your own energy. 1010 on the counter as I looked up there. This is really important. And it's a very simple practice, a very simple practice where you simply become present with your own energy. You ask your energy to show itself, to present itself to you in a way that you can easily and clearly understand it. If any of you are interested in doing something like that, like in terms of, I don't know, some kind of a, maybe we could even do it, I don't know, as some kind of a meditation live, that would be interesting, because I've been tinkering with some ideas. Essentially, I would love to get to meet more of you actually in a live kind of chat form. And I would love to bring in some kind of guided meditation or something that we could do together with that too. So if you're interested in that, please leave a comment below, or even just if you're interested in general in this concept. Do you have a practice where you do this already? It's really important. It's like super simple and very important and integral for empaths, because, and this is part of what I had posted on Instagram, because as empaths, we are the proverbial energetic sponges that cannot at times differentiate, especially earlier on in our journeys, right? And even before we even really understand we're empaths, we just are always picking up on other people's energies, and not other people's in general, but energies, period, right? And then it's difficult to differentiate, like, you're just feeling a certain way and you don't know why. A lot of that has to do with the fact that you're not necessarily super familiar with your own energy first. So a lot of what Archangel Sandalphon is showing me right now is this going inward to discover what that is for you, okay? I'm not going to be popping any tarot today. At least that's what he's guiding me towards. I do have a deck on hand here in case we want to clarify something. He just told me to have it on hand, but I am going to be asking through the Starcodes Astro Oracle for some clarification on this, okay? Just this energy of coming out of this self-consciousness, coming out of this not self, essentially, specifically through this lens of trying too hard. This also has a lot to do with how we manifest as well, or bring things into physical reality. Just wanted to put that on a side note here. Conjunction, alliance, 51. This is the alliance to your own energy. And a conjunction in astrology is usually a very harmonious, but I'm hearing more, he's saying more powerful here, energy, because it amplifies. It's kind of like, it's like clear quartz when you put it with another crystal. It does something to amplify the energies, which sometimes, he's giving me the analogy here of like what you're putting your energy body, or you energetically, what are you aligning to with this alliance coming out? And we've got Canada geese here on the card, and they fly in V formation. Have any of you ever seen that? I'm just curious. You're like, I don't know. Do you see that in the States? You probably do. Anyway, but I mean, we've got tons of Canada geese here. Obviously, we're in Canada, and I see them all the time, flying in V formation. They make a lot of noise when they fly too, which is fantastic. It's actually, there's something about their blatant sounds that they make. There's like an urgency to them. I don't know, that might be, for that to be coming through for some reason, there might be something that might resonate for you here, or if that speaks to you personally. But I'm getting a sense of urgency in doing this, coming off of connecting to your own energy, doing this daily. allowing it to express itself the way it needs to be expressed in the physical. He's giving me the analogy of dance right now, or doing something in the physical through your body. He's also connected to this as well, in terms of grounding that energy. This is a 51. That's a number 6. So it comes back to, again, the body connected to Venus, the number 6, but also alliance, harmony, balance, okay? I mean, we're still in Libra season at the time of this reading. So there's something to that as well, right? In terms of what we're doing right now. Yeah. Pisces. Oh, interesting. Pisces, sensitize. That's the number 12. These beautiful, they look like roses, but they're also not. I don't know what type of flower that is, but that's really sticking out to me. I'm also getting like honeysuckle with that for some reason, honeysuckle. And then Virgo, Pisces, opposite. These are opposites. And this is another 6 coming out. Digest. Okay. I'm going to have to just address this because the yellows and the oranges are really popping out in all of these cards. Showing me the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Mercury with messages. The Caduceus. Okay, 1616 on the counter. We're going to pause here for a moment because there's something that really wants to come through here. Coding and activation with regard to these. Okay. So the yellows in these cards are really popping out to me. The yellow kind of orange is really popping out to me. And that digest with Virgo. So this is connected to our solar plexus center. Our, wow, I'm hearing the word divining rod, specifically for empaths here with this. The clairsentience is what he's really emphasizing with that as a divining rod. Okay, this is the energy of the gut, right? Pisces is water, Virgo is earth. These are receptive energies. These are feminine energies, very much connected to intuition and the body. Again, thank you, Archangel Sandalphon. He's reminding me of this. The body being a barometer. 1717 on the counter again. Okay, this is big because your body, he's showing me the body as a gateway. Going back to this portal energy of this 3 of Wands. The body is a gateway to understanding your own energy and your energetic signature more clearly. She's actually giving me the energy here of the physical body, your body type. Also the health of your body. If there are certain, oh wow. He keeps on centering in this around gut issues and the thing is I'm going to put issues here in quotation marks because one thing that came up, this is a synchronicity now, that came up this week in conversation was about empaths and having issues with digestion. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, but y'all know that. I'm just saying here that there is something to be said about the energy of that. And it's not necessarily something to do, because some people will say that, oh, if you're not digesting something and you have digestive issues, then that's an issue with the solar plexus, or it's an issue with, that center of energy. And that we should be able to digest everything no matter what we eat. But that's not true, because there's a lot of crap in our food that we're not meant to digest. And what I was given was that was an analogy for energies that are not meant for us. And as empaths, we are very much 1919 on the counter. There's a lot of these little new numbers coming in here to support this in terms of the physical reality, right, of how this is manifesting physically in our bodies, is as empaths, because our clairsentience can often be, 9 times out of 10 for many empaths, this is how we feel, right? There's a lot of connection to the gut here. There's a lot of connection energetically to the solar plexus, even the compromised will, all that stuff that we've touched upon before. We're taking a lot of energies in, and there are just certain energies we're not meant to digest. And this goes back to what your true energy is and whether it is in alliance with those energies. Like a powerful positive conjunction versus when they're not. Because empaths feel in an amplified way. And when those energies are not in alignment, we feel that in an amplified way. That's what this sensitized Pisces energy is here. Very sensitive. Pisces energy is the ultimate empath energy, really, when you think about it, in terms of the feeling and absorption sense and the boundless sense that is Pisces, okay? And what I think is really cool here is that we have two opposites here on a spectrum. One indicating what the other one is doing, right? And one of the biggest lessons of Piscean energy is healthy boundaries. Again, it always seems to be coming back to healthy boundaries. This is a way that we receive messages. Like, I understand that I'm stating the obvious here, right? In terms of clairsentience and receiving messages and intuition. But he's really wanting to emphasize here the simplicity of this. And I'm also getting the energy here. There's a lot of Kundalini energy connected to the imagery in this, right? With the caduceus, the Ida, Pingala, Shushumna, that enlightenment, that energy of moving up into the crown of a deeper knowing that is integrated within the body, is what he's showing me. A deeper knowing that is integrated within the body. This could actually be a nod to Kundalini awakenings happening at the moment, or simply breakthroughs like he was mentioning earlier, okay? Around this self-consciousness, around the awareness with regard to how you're behaving and how you're seen through another thought form or system's eyes, if that makes sense, okay? Remember, if this is all, there is coding in a lot of this. I'm going to end on this note because underneath messages, I was prompted to pull this, or really just to reveal this, okay? Because it was peeking through underneath. This is 9th house Sagittarian energies. What I'm getting for this is a higher perspective. Now, it does say exploration here, but there's something about going deeper into this and exploring it for yourself, exploring your own energy. I'm getting a lot of wheel of life. This could also be the wheel of the year, the cycles, the energy of cycles, okay? Mama Gaia, her clairsentience, right? How she transmutes energies. That could be a specific message for some of you. 47, that's 11 again. And this energy of a portal. Yeah. The 4 and the 7 also being significant here. 4 being a grounding energy and 7 the energy of going deeper. So this goes back to this whole, how do we really ground the deeper mysteries? How do we really ground the deeper energies? And so much of it is connected to less doing and more being. Being in every sense. As a being, a human being. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon, for coming through for these messages for us. I thank you, beautiful empath, for being here in this incarnation, for sharing your time, your energy with us in this space. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are. In love and liberation always.